We live, we rolling?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother, man, let's get it. We back. Episode 9, we went away.
9.
I'm excited.
I'm ready for 10.
Okay, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Influential Times podcast. I'm your host, TizzTheInfluence.
And I'm your co-host, BReeseTheGod.
And we want to welcome you to the show. This is a space where we're all about the betterment of self and the world around us. And we want you to continue this journey with us by taking a moment to subscribe.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, share it with your friends. Tell your moms, tell your pops, tell your granny, tell everybody.
Yeah. Actually, Tati made a good point. Something we're not emphasizing enough. We want you guys to comment, too. We want you to talk with us.
Yes.
If I'm asking Brian a question or Brian's asking me a question, we're asking you, too.
Mm-hmm.
So we want your answers, okay? So in the comments.
Comments on Instagram, on YouTube. We need them all. We're going to engage. We're going to engage with you.
Yeah,
we're going to give you our thoughts as well.
And there's a lot to discuss this episode.
Yeah.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
1 away from 10.
Yeah.
Yee!
That's what's good about like waiting to do the episodes though, because then we can
just pile up.
Yeah,
pile up
exactly.
The topics,
There's mad stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So something that's been in the headlines, if you're on the internet, I mean, you really can't miss it. 100 men versus 1 gorilla.
This is so foolish, man. This is such a foolish
Is
question.
it possible? Can it be done? Who do we need to draft?
It's not possible.
It's not possible?
It's not possible.
If you had to nominate 5 people to be the first 5 to go with the gorilla, who
First 5 to go at the gorilla?
Yeah, like 5, or maybe not the first 5, but who would you nominate? 5 people. Who would you nominate to be in the
that
100?
I know, or just in general?
No, in general. It could be anybody.
in general. Okay.
You want me to give you time to think? I'll tell you mine.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm starting with The Rock.
He's a fake wrestler, you know, right?
Nah, but The Rock is mad Aki.
Yeah, but that's weights.
Nah.
You could probably beat up The Rock.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, then The Rock might be out of here. All right. My second one. Oh man, my second one is a fake wrestler too. John Cena.
Why are we picking fake people who don't really fight? Like,
Nah, I don't know. Maybe the Fast and Furious movies got me. I don't know.
Yeah,
all right. Well, let me finish.
I'm picking Vin Diesel off with both of them. Family.
Nah, Vin Diesel might do it for me. All right, hold on. I'm going with The Rock. I'm going with John Cena. I'm going with Mark Wahlberg. We need somebody black.
What is going on?
We don't got nobody black.
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg is mad strong.
Bro, these guys are muscular for show. They eat protein.
Okay,
they
well, my
lift
fourth.
weights.
Wait, my fourth would be any of those Russians that be wrestling bears that you see on YouTube.
I've never seen that. I have to look it up.
Yeah, they be wrestling bears.
I feel like I've seen
And then my 5th, we need somebody black. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Who you got?
David Benavidez going
Okay.
in there first. I need movement. What's the Asanya? What's the dude that's training? He's UFC.
I don't know.
The black dude.
I don't know.
He do the anime stuff.
I
Y'all
don't
know
know.
who I'm talking about. I follow him. That's my man's.
Uh-huh.
I got my son Ezra Taylor. Shout out Ezra Taylor. He got a fight coming up. I'm picking fighters, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know. If we go on fake wrestlers, I'm going with Bobby Lashley. He the biggest.
Oh, Randy
dude.
Orton. I'm choosing Randy Orton.
Oh my God.
RKO.
Randy Orton. I don't know. And I would choose dang, who the dude that be out in the wilderness with the animals?
Tarzan?
Yeah, the Tarzan
dude. Okay,
I'm
I like
choosing
him.
because
I'll
he
take
could
Tarzan.
probably, you know.
I'll take Tarzan.
That would be like my first 5. And
Okay.
everybody else would be like sumo wrestlers, just straight big
Yeah,
dudes.
sumo wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's who I would choose.
Is there a price? Like, would you be number 100 for any amount of money?
No amount of money is worth my life. I was saying that on the Xbox. No amount of money is worth my life. They talking about, you put $1 billion in front of a crackhead or something like that, they gonna get in there. Bro, nobody's getting in there for no amount of money. It's your life is on the line. You will die in there. The scientists say, all the experts are saying it's over.
All the experts.
All the
You've
experts
done your
are saying,
research on
I've
this.
been doing my research like crazy. I've been doing my research
Yo,
like crazy.
I'm crying.
They saying it's over.
But all right, well, there's our 100 men versus 1 gorilla take.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
It's not possible.
I hope it doesn't happen.
It will never happen.
The headlines have been crazy since our last episode. It's been a lot going on. A lot of interesting things. Did you see the headline with Bill Belichick?
Oh yeah, with the youngin.
With the youngin, yeah. So for those who don't know, Bill Belichick, Hall of Fame coach.
Belichick.
Yeah, I mean football coach god.
Mm.
He is the age of 73, and his girlfriend is the age of 24, which means that is a 49-year difference.
That is crazy, bro.
I wanted to ask you, what is a respectable age gap for a couple?
When you become 30, 35, there has to be a 10-year gap. Boom. No more 18 being the limit. So if you're 35...
Hold on. Okay,
look.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Okay, so when somebody turns 30,
yes.
What do you mean there has to be a 10-year gap?
So they can only date somebody basically, well, let's say 30, we said 33 to 35. So when you turn about 33, 35, there has to be a 10-year, so you can only date somebody 23. So when you're 45, you can only date somebody 35. Anything below that, it's getting weird. It's getting very, very weird, and that should be the law.
That should be the law.
That should be the law. That's my take on it.
That should be the law.
That should be the law.
Okay,
10
but like
years. 10 years. If you messing with something 15 or 20 more, you got a therapy.
Oh my God. All right, well look, let me ask you this. So what about somebody who's like 28? What is that?
That's why it doesn't start. But even 28 to 18, you missed out at high school, bro. You missed out in college. That is saying a lot about yourself. It's very weird, bro.
Okay, so it is weird.
It's very weird.
But so it's
But I feel like if we're doing a law, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's gonna happen, bro.
Like I think at 28 years old, right? Like I'm about to be 28, right?
Mm.
So what do I at 28 have in common with an 18-year-old?
Nothing.
And that's my point. So it's like the conversation, it can't really even appeal to me.
27, 28 now. Let's do 28 and let's do 10 year, and that should be the law.
Okay, but even at 25, I don't think.
Yeah, but then that's 15. That's against the law already.
No. But I'm saying even at 25, I don't think my dialect with an 18-year-old is probably.
Your dialect would. I mean, like anybody that's not 21 or 22 and older is not gonna have any dialogue with anybody like older than that.
And that's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, what do we really like?
But I'm just talking about in terms of the law.
Okay. Like if you had to make a law.
Yeah, if I had to make a law, that would be the law. Once you turn 28 now, you shouldn't be able to date somebody. Like it should be illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know because like if somebody's 40 and they dating somebody 52, that's pretty common.
It's a little off.
Really?
Yeah, 40-year-old. Go get you another 40-year-old. It's mad 40-year-olds. Why you want somebody 52?
Nah, I don't.
You after something. 52? It's almost time's up. It's halfway through.
So let's say 60 to 73. That's still weird.
See, now we're getting old. Now it's still a little bit weird because
how
do you want to spend your time with somebody who's about to go in 30 years? You got 40, they got 30.
No, I think once you get older, it's like it kind of starts to like level out. Like if you 33 and you messing with a 45-year-old, I don't know. I mean, I'm not 33 yet, so I don't know. But I look at it like that's a lot different than the 28 to 18.
It is different because it's like hard to tell the difference between like ages 40 to like 60.
Yeah,
but I feel like in my 30s, like you dating a 45, like that's just, bro, just go get somebody your age, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's not necessary for that, bro. Grow old with somebody. You want to grow old and have like a long life with somebody. Don't, you're going to end up taking care of somebody at 60, 70. You're going to be taking dudes, I don't know, bro, cleaning people up, baths and stuff. That joint be crazy. If I'm going to do that with somebody, it's going to be with somebody that's around my age that I've been with my whole life. Don't be 40 years old dating a 60-year-old brand new.
So if you weren't with the lady that you were with, and we know you're happy and all of that, but if you weren't with the lady that you were with, and then you are, let's say you were 30, and you met somebody 44, but the vibe was right, they're a dub because they're 14 years older than you?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. What do I have in common with a 44-year-old? I just turned 30. What do I have in common? Like, I'm thinking about right now, I'm 29. So in 6 months, I'm going to turn 30. What in the world do I have in common with a 45-year-old?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't
44-year-old.
know. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you did, or maybe that you don't, it's not about an in common thing, but you know, maybe they're somewhere in life and they're trying to put you on game and they're trying to bring you up and level you up and you like their personality. It's a dub because of age?
I can casually date. I will not see myself with them forever. Like, ever.
Oh my God.
That's crazy,
You're
bro.
cold,
What,
bro.
I'm going to be 50 taking care of a 70-year-old
You're
going on
cold-blooded.
70?
You're cold-blooded.
Never.
Man. Well,
Couldn't be me.
I think the older you get, I think the age gap starts to matter a little bit less.
It does, but it's still a little weird because I'm thinking in the future. You know what I mean? You're going to have to take care of that person, bro. People get old.
Okay. Well, there were a few other headlines regarding, you know, an older man and a younger woman, and I don't want to get too specific because there's a lot of controversy regarding that, but it did make me have a question for you. What is your take on interracial relationships?
I mean, like, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to get serious because I was about to say something crazy.
Oh my God, no! Please, let's be serious, please.
Yeah, no,
please.
I'm gonna be serious, man. Like, I say do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But to my people, you better stick with your people, my people. If you get what I'm saying.
Oh, you're crazy.
You feel what I'm saying? But everybody should be able to do what they want. If that happens, if that person of the opposite skin tone is treating you right and is being loyal and is getting along with you and your family and not giving you no problems, by all means, you go do that. Because you never know. That person might be the person that's right for you. And just because the person that don't look like you, you know what I'm saying, ain't really coming around or acting like they like you. But what I'm saying to my people, look for my people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let all the other peoples do what they do. But my people, look for my people is all I'm saying. I believe my people should look for my people. That's how I really feel. Okay. But I'm not totally against it. Like,
so you're not like on your like Dr. Umar where it's like,
no, I'm not gonna talk like that. But if my brother were to come with not my people, I might have to check him.
Check him?
I might have to check him, bro. I will let him do it. I will let him do it, but I'm gonna be like, yo, bro.
No, hold on.
Yo, bro.
So listen, and not even to like specify on your brother, but
yeah.
Just where does your brother grow up?
In a mostly other side part of town.
Yeah, okay. And where does your brother go to school?
In the other side of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a very high probability, and I'm not saying I don't know T. Reese's style. I don't know what he likes. Shout out T. Reese.
Shout out T. Reese.
But it's a high probability that he may find interest in somebody that doesn't look like him. And you are his older brother. So if anybody's approval he's going to want, you know, you are going to be one of those people.
And you think he's going to get that approval?
I would hope so. I would hope.
You hope wrong.
Oh, you're cold.
I would, bro, he's young right now. My brother's in college. He's freaking 18 going on 19 years old. He could do whatever he wants. I'm not going to, you know, he could date and do whatever he wants. But once he gets around my age and I see him start getting serious, that's what I'm going to push on him. If it happens, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, you shouldn't. I ain't going to treat my...
No, of course. I would hope not.
That's my blood brother.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to give him my real advice.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
As well as my sister.
Uh-huh.
I'm giving both of them
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is one worse than the other? Like, is your sister bringing home somebody who doesn't look like her worse or better than your brother bringing home somebody that doesn't look like him?
Anybody my sister brings home is worse than my brother. That's
okay. Well, let's just say
male
male versus female.
I think it would be worse, like, just realistically, just thinking, just female. Yeah, it'd be worse for the female.
It'd be worse for a girl to bring home a guy that doesn't look like her?
Because the guys my girl teaches me all this stuff all the time, but the guy has the dominant gene. So if my sister were to get with a guy from the, on the other side, he would kind of like start to dominate, and the Reese name would be lost.
He would wash down the bloodline.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He would.
Okay. That's fair.
And that would be okay, Buck. It's okay, but I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna give you my point of view every time I see you.
Yo.
Every time I see you, Buck.
Yo.
I'm gonna give you my point of view.
Would you fool with the boyfriend? Would you fool with him? Like, when you saw him, would you crack jokes?
Every single time.
Oh my
Every
God,
single time I talk. Every single time I seen him, I'm cracking jokes. And that's if he look like me too. It's up. Like, you crazy. You think you're gonna be dating my sister and not be taking heat from me? You're crazy.
All right, I respect that.
You're crazy.
Okay, so well, that was funny. I enjoyed that topic. All right, it's good to know where you stand. We should have Chad up here and bring that topic back up.
Bro, Chad will have a field day with that, bro.
Yeah.
A field day.
Okay, so back to Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend, and he's age 73, 49-year difference.
That's what old people are on. When they about to go, they do anything.
Yeah, they do whatever they want.
They do anything.
They doing whatever they want.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the interview where he's sitting down, he's being interviewed, right? So he's in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
She's off to the side. She's not in the interview. She's not being interviewed. She's just there supporting her man. And the interviewer is asking Bill about their relationship. And
in a college football interview?
Well, it made headlines because the school that he's coaching for now is concerned about the relationship.
Carolina don't play.
Yeah. So he basically told the school, you guys need to CC her on all of the emails regarding our social media, basically like giving her some like power within his ability at the school. So it's become a thing.
That will never happen.
Yeah. So it got to the point where he's being interviewed about the relationship. And the interviewer asks him, so how did you guys meet? Okay.
Oh my God, I'm scared to hear the answer.
She, from the side of the room, perks up and says, he's not about to answer that. So that raised a lot of red flags because it's like, okay, so she's kind of, wearing the pants. Like she's, like imagine me and you were filming the podcast and Shayla's sitting right there and I ask you a question and from the side she goes, he's not about to answer that.
Never. Never.
So my question to you is, I guess, should your partner be able to tell you what to and what not to say?
Yeah, like Shayla tells me what not to say every single day. When I read the run of show to her, I say what I say. She'd be like, well, don't say that. Like, don't say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like that, but she would never in a million years in front of you, in front of anybody, all my friends, be like, yo, don't do that.
Yo,
don't
watch
say
your
that.
mouth.
Watch your mouth. She would never do that.
Yeah.
She would never, ever do that.
Right.
And that's just, I'm not saying like that's wrong. Some people have different relationships and your girl has to speak up and she has to do that because you be wilding.
Mm-hmm.
But in my situation, I be wilding, but my girl know, like, don't ever do no stuff like that.
The blueprint of the question, I think it's important to have conversations with your partner behind closed doors about what are we okay with sharing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we okay with talking about, especially if I'm about to go film a podcast with you, or we're about to go do an interview regarding anything that could come up. I think your partner should have say-so as far as, okay, this is what is behind the wall. This is what we protect as far as our household goes. And this is okay. This is what I'm okay with you sharing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like your partner should have say-so as far as what you put out into the world if it's regarding them.
Yeah.
But I don't think people should be jumping up off the side.
Speaking up like that, that's crazy to me.
Where do you draw the line between your relationship and your business? Like how involved in your business, and I'm not talking about like your business, like what you're doing. I'm talking about like your business. how involved in your business is your partner?
She's involved, but she doesn't like everything that I do. And I had to kind of like put my foot down and be like, yo, I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to build my brand this way. And some things you're not going to like.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try my very best to respect you. And I'm going to respect you while I'm doing everything that I'm doing. But just because you don't like it doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I screamed, I'm sorry, and I took you on a nice date today. It's like, bro, you gotta let me rock, man. It's my business, and you can't be right there every step of the way, and you're not going to like everything that I'm going to do. And that's that. You know what I mean?
And vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't think of something I don't like that she's done, besides from like when she goes out with her friends, but that's a whole nother conversation.
That's not business.
Yeah, that's not business, but like I've never had a problem with anything business-wise. But in her defense, she always says like, because I'm not doing anything that you would have a problem with. But it's a different...
Well, I don't want to kind of overlook into your relationship, but how do I'm trying to juggle this politically correct. So her business doesn't really involve anything that would upset you, is what you're saying.
Right now, yes.
Okay, but your business may have some effect on her.
Yeah.
So how do you find that fine line where it's like, okay, do you say, well, this is just what my business is and it's kind of like a take it or leave it? Or do you say, well, out of respect for you, I can maybe do this business where you are okay with it, but not do the business that you're not okay with?
I feel like with just me in general, I'm kind of like you know what I'm saying? I'm out there, bro. I do a lot of wild stuff. I do whatever. I kind of move how like I want to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get why she's just like, yo, like you can't, do all that.
But when you say move how you want to move, like, because I
think it was the first thing you said. I'm kind of like take it or leave it. That's how I came off.
Yeah.
Like
but
yesterday.
I just want to add a note because you and we go out together a lot, and there are times where we go out without our girls.
Yeah.
And I don't see you moving crazy as far as like disrespecting your relationship or being, being weird. So it's like I'm trying to, like, if you're not, doing anything with other women, it's like, then.
But I've been vlogging.
Okay.
And I'm going to an event that's going to involve women being there.
Well, I mean, anywhere you go in the world.
Yes, but I'm going to have to interview and be on the strip and be around other women. It's content. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have multiple things lined up now to where I have to go and do that. And it's like, shorty's like, you can do it. And I told her she can come film. She could come with me, but it's like, she don't even want to come with me.
Yeah, she don't want to film you interviewing another woman.
Yeah.
I get that.
Or even be around. I have a cameraman, but just be around.
Yeah, just to watch that. I get
it. Yeah.
Yeah, some business got to be handled just...
Yeah, but her issue is like, she just doesn't want me to do it. Like, you know what I mean? She doesn't feel like I need to do it. And I don't. But it's like...
So if you know that you don't need to do it...
I don't need to do it, but I'm also taking a step back. In my head, like, realistically, I do need to do it. Okay. I'm trying to build a certain brand. I'm trying to build my stuff up, like... And I feel like I need to do it.
So no, you know what, bro? And I feel you on the tip of like, I feel like I need to do this, so I need to do it.
Yes.
Like straight like that. Like that's just what it is. Like, yo, I feel like I need to do this.
Yeah.
It's not a negotiable for me.
It's not.
That's fair.
And I'm gonna do it.
But
sorry.
But you also have to keep her in mind because
I do. I think about that girl all the time.
I'm not saying that you don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you don't. But I'm just saying, like, I'm sure there are sacrifices that she's made for you. I'm sure there was probably things that she wanted to do that don't have to be outrageous, but just things that she wanted to do, but knew that you might be uncomfortable with it, so didn't do it. Like, for example, you don't like the one friend.
Yeah.
when the friend comes to town, you
Yeah.
don't like, you know,
Yeah,
so
it's
she,
a lot going on.
yeah, so she probably, you know, scales back from that link up.
I don't think she does.
Oh, all right.
I don't think she does.
Okay.
I'll be coming along though now. Shout out,
all right.
Star.
So back to the question. Where do you draw your line between your business and your relationship? If you feel like you listen to what your partner has to say, but if you feel like you need to do it, it's getting done.
Yeah, it's getting done. I'm putting my foot down. I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it for me.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? I'm still gonna respect what she says, hear her out, deal with consequences, but I make up for it, bro. I'm about to make up. I'm makeup maestro right now. Like, I do what gotta be done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, yo, you're gonna get something great out of something. If I do something you don't like, I'm going to make up for it.
Nah, that's.
I am. Bro, it's not infidelity. It's nothing disrespectful.
No, I
it's
get
just
that.
something you don't like. So if I'm doing something you don't like, and I have a mouth, bro. My girl don't like that I curse. And I curse, guys. I curse a lot. And I'm working on it. Look, this whole pod, I haven't cursed.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing great,
Yeah.
actually.
What they say, clock that.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
clock that.
Come on, bro. I'm not cursing. So I'm
Yeah.
trying. And with her, I'm trying. But still, when I curse, she gets all soft. And it's all like, You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying.
Yeah, I like that. I think with me, and as far as business and my relationship, like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Tati is one of the executive producers of this podcast. And she's
Yeah.
also our PR manager
She's everything.
to make sure, you know, because it gets wild up here.
It does.
So, and we butt heads, like, you know, especially because I look at this as a group project for all of us, but I
Mhm.
think you and I are a little bit more attached to it because
Yeah.
we're
We're the
know,
talent.
we're front line with
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So there are times where we, you know, we really butt heads about the topics or maybe some of the moments or some of the clips or like, you know, we go at it.
Yeah.
But I don't think, not that I don't think. I know that she's only coming from a genuine place. So I take into consideration everything she has to say. And I think pretty much, if not 9 times out of 10, we've been able to come to, you know, a middle ground. So I think I include her.
As you should.
Yeah.
She's lit. I listen to everything she got to say. If I'm ever around them, I'm listening, bro. Like, I know because that's your girl. Obviously, y'all are going to have the back and forth. But when she's talking, especially that when we had that meeting
Mhm.
about everything, like,
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm trying to see what we need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think it's healthy for someone to go into business with their partner?
I mean, in terms, like, with your situation, in terms of social media, like, yes.
But just in general, not even social
You know
media.
what I'm saying? But in general, bro.
No?
No, bro, because it's like, it's too many emotions tied up. And sometimes you need to make strict business decisions, bro. And you can't be thinking like, dang, I gotta worry about this tomorrow morning when I wake up. Dang, like this, even though she might have agreed with you or you might have agreed with her, but you still felt, you don't like how that conversation went because it was business and it was very serious and it was in front of other people. I could be the other people. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's like a little bit uncomfortable.
So you're not
know
a
what I'm
fan of
saying?
mixing business and personal.
No, you can't do it. Like,
But this is
this
business.
is yes, but
this is business and personal.
this is you are very. I feel like you with social media, you're very good at it, even though you want to act like you're not. But you're very good at it, and you're like a professional in it, and so is she. So I feel like this is a smart business decision, a smart business idea, because these are your talents. And now you've brought me into it, and now I'm learning. Now I'm becoming a professional. You know what I'm saying? So in this situation, different. But if we starting a cookie business, we coming out with a new cookie brand, I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't know.
But you know,
it might be a little shaky.
No, that's fair. But you know, marriage is like a business. Marriage is
That's a good comparison.
Marriage is a business. There's
is.
paperwork, court documents, money involved.
I just don't want any of that. She's gonna hate me for saying this.
Oh, you don't want to get married?
I do want to get married, but I don't want no paperwork. What little baby said, I don't want none of the paperwork. I don't want none of the paperwork.
I mean, that's what kind of
But why can't we just do it in front of God? Back in the day, the people who looked like us, they couldn't get the paperwork. They just did it in front of God, and that was enough. Why can't that just be enough?
I mean, back in the day, the people that looked like us didn't have the privilege to go and do what the other side had. And then once we got our rights, we were able to fully marry the way that it was supposed to be done. So,
like the other people, I don't want to get married like the other people. I want to get married how we used to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
What's wrong?
But the only thing that has, changed my mind, Shorty said, like, what if I'm on life support? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't I want her to make the decision? And I'm just like, dang, bro. In my life, I love my family and I love everybody, but in my life, yes, I would want my girl to make that decision. Yes,
well, we rebuke that for you.
Yes, of course.
We rebuke
but
that.
I'm just saying that's the only thing that got my mind wondering. Like, I would have wished I had that paperwork.
But that's it though. Like, why not? Like, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to marriage. Like even if you just want to talk from a strictly strategic, tax breaks and. When it's time to like buy a home, that's y'all home, like, or just even like, yo, like it's on paper, like this ain't no just promise, like it's cold hard cash. I mean, it is that too.
That's enough. Why can't that be just enough? Why we got to get all the paperwork?
So why are you so against the paperwork though? What is that about?
I'm against the paperwork because I just don't think it makes any sense. I feel like it's a way to, if something happens or you just end up not being for each other, it could get really, really ugly. And it does.
Okay, let me ask you this. With marriage, do you believe in once you get married, you're married forever, or do you believe in divorces?
I want to for myself. I want to think like you're married forever. But of course I believe in divorce. My parents got divorced. I see divorce all the time. 50% of people get divorced. Like, of course I believe in that. And of course I think that's a possibility because of the paperwork.
I'm just asking for you, like just Brian, do you forget other people, do you believe in divorce?
I tell my shorty all the time, I'm ride or die. I die about this shit. Cause so no, like I don't believe in no divorce. Like what?
Okay then, so
blood in, blood out.
Blood in, blood out. Got it. Okay,
Word.
So what about a prenuptial agreement? Do you feel like every marriage should have a prenup?
I mean, only if you 74 dating a 24-year-old and you got $1 billion and she don't got nothing, there needs to be a prenup. But if y'all the same age and y'all both got around the same amount of money, nobody's a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? No, it should be. As a man, I don't know how men be doing this. Like, if your girl or whatever, like, just let her take what she got and you take what you got, bro. Why it gotta be like, I want that? Like, have some dignity. Pull your
No. I agree with what you're saying. But I think it gets messy when you don't have a prenup because people get spiteful in the divorce. So
that's
the
why
prenup.
No paperwork.
Okay, but we're going with the theory of having the paperwork.
Okay.
So the prenup is kind of there to say, okay, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, what's ours we split. But when you don't have a prenup, you can say, well, I want that too. I want some of that, what's over there too.
Why would you be with a person like that? I
mean, people don't show that side until the divorce.
True. That's why this is so scary, man. Like, dang, bro, you got me
let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Let's say a man is married. A man buys a house for him and his wife, okay? But the man is never home in that house. The wife cooks in that house, cleans in that house, raises their kids in that house, does everything, decorates it, all of that,
all the
right?
women stuff.
Right? And then it's time for them to get a divorce. And the man says, you didn't pay for this house, so this is my house. I'm taking this house. Is he wrong or is he right?
We got to check his pants because Nothing's probably down there. That's one.
Okay, there we go.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
2, paperwork is paperwork.
Oh, you're
Y'all want to do the paperwork, bro? That's what happens when you do the paperwork route. You didn't pay, it's in his name.
That's just the cold, hard game.
That's the cold, hard game because you want to do the paperwork. That's what I'm saying. No paperwork. Whoa.
Whoa. If there was no paperwork, then she wouldn't be entitled to anything. Or it's even as simple as that, not even to over analyze this conversation, but yeah, I mean, that's a point we should the paperwork is if you love this person, you should want them to be protected too for when things get bad.
Yeah.
Because you never know what it might look like.
Exactly.
You know? He might be saying, yeah, I'm buying this house for us and our kids, this and the third. And then he might Bill Belichick and go get a 24-year-old and see a side of him.
World we live in. It's an evil world we live in.
So it's but, or even like this, right? This was a good example Tati brought up. You're working on a book. You're writing a book, okay? And every night you go home and you talk to your girl about ideas for this book. What do you think about this chapter? You go through chapters, you rip chapters up. She's like, I like this, I don't like that. Every night she stays up with you till whatever time in the morning to help you finish this book. The book becomes a bestseller, but everything's in your name. And then later down the line,
I'm foul. I messed up right there, putting everything in my name. That's not the book I wrote. That's the book we wrote. But continue.
Okay, so later down the line, the divorce is coming. We rebuke that though. And nothing's in her name and there's a prenup. So she has no right to that. She has no right to her ideas, all the hours she put into it,
Yeah, no, that's horrible. But that's the manual. You have to see that, ladies. Y'all got to see that.
Well, there are women who are marrying less powerful men to it. You got to see that in marriage, period, as a whole. But I just want to make my stance clear. I think that once you're married, you're married for life, one. I don't believe in divorce. I'm only trying to get married one time, and that's it. And then 2, I think, it's a ours thing, not mine, yours. Because I don't feel like my relationship is that way right now. Obviously she has her assets and I have mine, but it's very much, it feels like ours, so.
No, that's good.
So that was fun. I enjoyed that. It's good to be back with you, man.
Yeah, no, it's good to be back, bro. It feels good. We gotta be consistent, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Again, every week.
Well, honestly, this delay is Denisha's fault.
Denisha, let's get on her.
She want to go to Boston.
Yeah.
She want to go celebrate Thanksgiving early and do a bunch of stuff. So, hopefully we could get her back. But we can't leave without doing the would you rather.
Oh yeah, would you rather?
So let's get into it. Would you rather have to eat the same thing every day or have to wear the same clothes every day?
I've done both. I've experienced both, and I know which one's worse.
Which one?
Wearing the same clothes every day.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because
you can clean the clothes.
Listen, when you talk a lot like me and are very confident in yourself like me, and it was a good lesson though. I'll tell y'all what I did. I was in middle school. I got popular. You know what I mean? I feel like in 7th, 8th grade. I think it was in 7th grade. I didn't have any confidence growing up as a kid. Like I was never the person I was. So when I was 12 in 7th grade, I got good at basketball. I was in the papers. You know what I mean? I felt some type of way.
You started popping.
Yeah, I started popping. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was never a bully, but there was one kid and he had said something slick in class to not even me. I think it was to a friend or something. And I was like, boy, look at your shoes. Like, get out of here with all that. Like, look at how you're dressed. Look at your fit. And, it hurt his feelings. He went to the guidance counselor. They called my parents. And my dad was like, oh, what? Oh, you think because my dad was getting me clothes. It was my first time in public schools. You know what I'm saying? So I was stunting.
I know where this is going.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, you think? Okay. Took away all my clothes, everything, all my shoes, everything, bro. I had to wear the same fit for 2 weeks straight, bro. Same fit. It was crazy. And everybody was like, yo, boy, didn't you And that
But you don't
was
think you would be
crazy.
miserable having to eat the same
I did
thing?
that. I did that. I grew up in a Dominican house, rice and beans and chicken every fucking day. Every day. Shout out grandma, it's good. I miss it. I wish I could have your rice and beans right now. Shout out grandma. But I was eating that every single day while my cousins was sneaking off to McDonald's. Y'all telling they was sneaking off to McDonald's, eating everything in the world, going whatever. And I had to eat them rice and beans every day for like 3 years.
Yeah, but now you're a grown man and you have variety in your life. So could you imagine just
I wish I
going
could
back?
eat those rice and beans every day now.
I
wish.
Okay. And I'm
That
not
was
listen.
good.
I know grandma's cooking was probably delicious, but I'm
Ooh,
just
it was
saying.
good.
But all right,
It was
so
good.
you would eat the same thing every day.
For sure. I eat Goop Kitchen every day. I literally do that now.
Okay. I think if it's it gotta be a good fit. It gotta be a good.
Oh no.
No, it gotta be
I'm
a good.
surprised. Bro, I've literally you, D-Money, I've never seen y'all in the same fit.
Oh my god.
This
guy.
No,
he's
y'all will
lying.
throw. I've
He's
seen the
lying.
same clothes, but y'all will throw it. I've never seen y'all in the same exact fit. No, never. Never.
I don't know. Eating the same thing every day. And listen, this is why I really say it, right? Because the wearing the same clothes every day thing, that's more so like public perception that I would have to deal with. Like that's not really a thing that I would have to deal with within myself. You know, that's more so like, are they saying something? I don't care what y'all say, bro, because I'm not eating the same thing every day. That's miserable. It'll be cool for the first. It might be cool for the first month. It might be cool for the first 2 months.
I did it for 3 years.
Yeah, all right.
3 years.
I ain't
3
eating the
hard
same
years.
thing every day, brother. But listen, shout out to you if you still here.
Facts.
We appreciate you for being here. We want your opinion. We want you to comment. If you haven't subscribed, we want you to subscribe. We want you to like. Next episode is episode 10.
Episode 10.
That's really exciting.
It's really exciting. It's all coming to conclusion, y'all.
Don't say conclusion.
Yes, for the season.
Oh, for the season. Okay, yeah, for the season. That's fair.
It's a good season.
And I think this is a speak to when you said it, when we first started the podcast, right? You know, we were like, oh, we're gonna do it every week, this, that, and the third, and life, road bumps. But next episode, we will have accomplished the goal. And I think that's just speak to hey, you know, sometimes when you set a goal, things happen and delays, but it's okay. God's timing. And next episode, we should come a little dressed, a little dapper. You know?
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I wear a suit every day for work, but
yeah.
you know.
Well, I wasn't going suit.
What you mean?
Nice sweater. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for being here, and as always,
like, comment, and subscribe. And I think we did good.
There we go. I know.